And if we ask the stars what they mean, what would they say back to us? Welcome! You want to go on a card journey today? Give me some of your time, and I'll give you some of your story. Well, let's see what the cards say. Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to Koi Place Tarot. My name is Koi, and I'm going to be your tarot card reader for today. As a set of quick announcements, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification button. That way, when uploads are made, you can see what the stars are trying to say to you. Also, if interested, individual reads are up and open. Either message or email me directly. Link is on main, and we'll set it up, okay? So, Gemini, what are we looking at in this round of reads? This is going to be your career read for the month of June. By career read, I mean labor, things we put ourselves into, contracts, partnerships, sometimes things we sign on the dotted line for, right? Just what we put our efforts towards and what we get out of it, not just monetarily, but also otherwise. As a preamble to the read, Gemini, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but don't always be so willing to reverse. At times, even if it gets difficult, understand that I, as your tarot card reader, I'm not here to misguide you or mislead you. Trust me, I got about 12 signs to work with and none of the time to lie to any of them. Instead, we lay our cards out on the table, and good or bad, come rain or sunshine, we talk about it, because at the end of the day, tarot is a conversation, just an energetic one, yeah? So follow along with me in your read today, Gemini, your career read, and yeah, let's see what the cards say. You're going to start over here with the past, present, future layout. That way you can see the trajectory a little bit better, okay? Show us the cards we need to see, please, for Gemini in their career read. What are the cards we need to see, please, for Gemini in their career read? In your past? Star, the card of Aquarius. What were we hoping on? What were we trying to see aspiration with? Confusion. Not having all the answers. Two of Swords. And the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, okay. Interesting. Defining our own journey. Filling our own plate. The Nine of Pentacles. Someone left a job. Someone left some type of position, or at least went out of their normal way to say, hey, I'm separating for this, I got to go elsewhere. And we're casting caution to the wind and saying, hey, this is what we got to do, right? It is what it is. Here right now, I'm banking on the unknown, right? I need to see what, test my mettle, test to see what I'm worth. And now I just had to go through with it. I'm gone, right? So you followed your pathway. Good for you. We stay true to ourselves. And now I don't have all the answers, but I gotta find them. So I hope that whatever venture you did embark on, Gemini, you at least found, if not everything you were looking for, solace to the things you didn't originally have answers for. Okay? Next, down the middle. Show us cards we need to see, please, for Gemini in this career read. What is held in the present tense of the here and now? So the cards we need to see, please, for Gemini in this read today. Ace of Swords. Okay, a truth that is set. What did we learn? Okay, the Emperor, card of Aries. Being able to make that choice and stick with it. Wheel of Fortune. Good. Okay, and sometimes you don't need all the answers. You just need to go do. Right? The truth that we came to with the Ace of Swords is that, yeah, not everything can work purely off of hope. But it does help when we put hope into action, right? The choice that we make ultimately to let time decide if this is the right thing for us. In the present tense, hey, I had some level of success from breaking apart from where I was to where I am currently and doing fine, at least in that regard. Now hoping that more can be garnered from this decision. Still waiting for more to unfold, still anticipating that more can unfold, okay? Future orientation, show us cards we need to see, please, in the future tense for this read. What of Gemini's career read? Okay. Maybe sometimes we sit back and we learn. Page of Swords. Why so? The Four of Pentacles, what it takes to have an investment and make a choice. Okay. And last, the Two of Wands, intentionality. And in hindsight, yes, it was all worth it. But what makes it better, when we actively invest ourselves into that process with no hesitation, no regrets. Underneath it all, Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity has presented itself. So it wasn't just the fact that you separated from your old job or your old station before, Gemini. I think that was the beginning of this journey. What you're finding out more and more, when I fully apply myself, when I want things to actually go in a successful rate and pattern, when this thing actually works out the way that it should, life is meant to be lived, right? I made my decision and things are working out even better now. Now to make better decisions of where I want to go and what I want to be, I already proven to myself that I can break the mold, right? I'm looking at somebody who, and I'm getting the strong sense that you don't really like change that much. So this is why it feels like you're going such out of the way just to make this all work out. But in the end, that it did. And knowing that it did, now moving forward, part of you is realizing, or at least a mantra that you're having for yourself, is that the only way things can change is if I will them to and if I want them to, right? I have to be the one who drives that. It doesn't just happen to me. Break the mold. Okay? So I get that. Cards of connection. Reveal connective energies, please. The bridging gap between the time-based orientations for Gemini and their career read. We'll look at the space between the past and present orientation, between the what was and what is. Show us cards we need to see, please, for Gemini in this read. Sorry, if you see me looking around a lot, it's because I've had this ring light on for a while. So I've been doing a lot of reads and my eyes are being affected by it. Probably end today's round of reads on you, Gemini. What's held between this space? Justice, the card of Libra. The balancing of the scales between effort and actuality. Where do we find ourselves? The next. The Magician, the power of manifestation. And from our own hands, what can be garnered, what can be salvaged? The Sun, happiness. Ooh, the best that we've ever been. So yeah, there's more to come. In fact, there's a lot more. But I have to be the one who makes these decisions. It just can't be happening to me. Okay? And next, in between the what is and the what if, show us cards that we need to see, please, between these two. Between our presence of making decisions and our future of things changing when we actually make these solid plans. So as cards that we need to see, please. What is held? King of Pentacles. Okay. The plan of investments. Here, normally kings equals confidence. Easiest way I could put it. And so the King of Pentacles, earth, materiality, coin, but especially in this career read, given your trajectory, Gemini, you've proven to yourself that life doesn't just happen to you, you happen to it, right? We have to make our own plans in order to make things work out and become successful. Only we can decide that. So it's not just the act of doing so and all logistical planning, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's icing on the cake here. It's rather the point that, no, I made a huge leap back here. It all worked out. And now for any future thing I want to do, well, we know what worked the first time. We just keep going. Okay? Next, Hangman, let's travel suspension. Here, trying to learn. Oh, trying to become your own student of your own behavior. Good, you're reflecting. You're reflecting. Good. And based off of what I've seen, at least in your future orientation, you don't stay there forever, right? You're in intentional reflection right now. Here's how we got here, and here's how we can make it better. Good. I like this for you. And King of Wands. Once we've done enough reflecting, we use the resources at our disposal and make the right decision. We make the right call. Hopefully for a grandiose or much bigger outcome. Underneath it all, Lovers. your card. But more so, Gemini, I think that it's twofold. The first is that you're putting you first, right? This has been a consistent theme throughout the read. You break the mold, you put you first, and trying to see, what do I want to decide my life to be, not just for it to happen to me. That's the first. The second, a lover's pathway in a career read is kind of different than when the lovers normally comes up, because it almost automatically indicates, a deeper partnership or a intimate partner bond. That's not the case here. A lover's pathway in a career read means I choose this pathway, it chooses me back. I invest into it, invest back into me, right? So that new opportunity that you have, it's not just, this new job or this new role that you got recently, because trust me, this was very recent. You left and you got it almost immediately. That's not what I'm worried about. What I am seeing is that with the lovers here, when I do what my calling is, when I do what I know that I'm good at, when I apply myself with the skills that I know I've built up over a very long time, that is how doors kick themselves open. When I invest in the ways that follow my path always feeds back to me. Okay? In resolution, as we move towards resolution, first to find the major arcana across the table for Gemini in the read, we start with the star. What was the hope? What was the hope? Show us the cards we need to see, please. Upon the star within Gemini's read today. And we push forward. Okay. Okay. So, why did the star exist? The Five of Pentacles. Is this the right thing? Is this a foolish endeavor? Will I just be left in poverty and disarray? You won't know until you got there and you played your cards right, Gemini. Take the risk. To Emperor, Page of Swords. Okay? Observation and learning. But here, when I stand on a decision and I don't back down and I say, yeah, gotta start something new. Let's do it and let's do it right. We realize our voice is a lot more powerful than we give it credit for. Next to the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And with time and alteration comes the expectation that time can in fact change things. I like that. Next to Justice, card of Libra, King of Swords. Did I make the right choice? Was looking and leaping the best thing I could have done? Yes. To the Magician. Okay, Seven of Pentacles, accepting that it is what it is. Because I could have stayed. I could have not risked anything. I could have just played it small, but I didn't. And now we're here. Okay, and to the Sun, Queen of Swords. Happiness is what I define it to be, but it only gets here when I work for it. Okay? In a crossing pattern, Strength, the internal voice that we have laid within. Page of Pentacles, it only matters in terms of execution. We can have all the internal conversations that we want to. At the end of the day, what matters is how we do. Are we willing to put one foot in front of the other and say, I've got this? Okay? In resolution, the Wheel of Fortune, as things change with time, also in our favor, the Tower. Some things are meant to be cleared out with good reason. Got it. The Tower isn't always bad. Underneath it all, 9 Wands, the freedom that we have to choose. I do want to put a caveat here. The Tower is not always bad. I know it's one of the big 3 cards besides the Devil and Death that gets such a horrible rap in tarot. The Tower always represents a calamity of a storm, right? And the reason being is because the universe is moving things out of your way that are ultimately not meant for you, right? And here, across this read, I think if you decided to play it small and stay, it only would have gotten worse. So yeah, things fell apart. Whatever that means to you, Gemini, it did. But it also pushed you in a direction that it needed to push you. Where are you going to go without it? And so you left one position and decided to say, you know what, before everything completely collapses, I'm gonna do this right here, and for me here and now. Let's do what we can where we can. And in the present, hey, we made a choice and we stuck with it. And by sticking with it, we can prove to ourselves that things can in fact change. They don't just happen to me, I happen to it. Right? Break the mold. Um whew. Yeah, that's pretty much the recap. Long story short, Gemini, you got this. And more than that, we have the freedom to decide what life has in store for us. If we follow our path, if we stay true to ourselves, and make sure that we keep on doing it right, even when it's risky. That's all I got on your review today, Gemini. I hope this conversation helped. And yeah, break the mold. I know it's scary sometimes, but so too is staying still. Just remember that, okay? See you around.